Ietsénhaienhs Kahsennenhawe Sky-Deer has become the go-to person among the Iroquois communities when it comes to the topic of S-3. She was recently in Toronto to meet with the Six Nations Council at their request. In the near future, she will also be visiting Akwesasne and Kanasatake to speak with their councils on the same topic. We caught up with Sky-Deer upon her return from Toronto.
Well, as you mentioned, my involvement at the Iroquois caucus in the last year or so, raising awareness about S-3 membership citizenship issues. I guess the Six Nations Council thought it would be important, more specifically the Grand Chief thought it would be important for me to present to her entire council, and it was, timing was everything. They were doing a retreat in Toronto to address, a lot of their administrative and governance issues, and she thought that, her entire council seeing this presentation would open their eyes. And again, about, I guess, information sharing and looking at how we could maybe develop a collective position from, all of the Iroquois caucus communities. So it went really well. After all was said and done, I got thanked, for the work that we're doing here in Kahnawake, and that, we're really leading the charge, and that, hopefully moving forward from this, that the work is going to continue, and that it actually even evolved into more governance discussions and things that we need to do. So I'm hoping that at one of the next Iroquois caucus meetings, we will actually start having governance discussions. I've already seen letters of people who are getting accepted. What's important to notice is that, the letters that you're getting calling you a Mohawk of Kahnawake or a member of the band is coming from Canada. Canada has no business or say in deciding who are our people. That's our realm. We have our own law to determine who are the recognized Ganyagahaga of Kahnawake, and the nation will have their own criteria of who could be a citizen of the nation. So not to be confused that, being an Indian under the Constitutes of the Indian Act doesn't necessarily institute belonging and acceptance. So just for people to be clear on that. It's imperative that we start having dialogue with the traditional bodies, because we know citizenship is ultimately going to also be a protective measure for our communities and for our nationhood. So a lot of dialogue also surrounded around that, and the lack of the relationship and the ability to even just have dialogue on this matter. So moving forward, hoping that we can pull together all of the 7 Iroquois caucus communities, all the elected councils, to have one big meeting, maybe sometime this summer, and to also just get to meet each other and see, it's ironic, we're all dealing with the same issues. Every community is like, a microcosm of the other one, and we're all working on the same issues and files, so it would be good to interface and, as I mentioned, information share, because maybe something that we're working on as diligently as S-3, the other communities aren't, and we could put forward all of our documents and everything we're drafting, and, they could utilize it for their community.